was hanging out at the slushy.
Fresh off a lift. Senior wide receiver, Brad. Questions for Brad?
Brad, when you went back and looked at Saturday, what did you see in terms of the communication between you and Quan?
I mean, I think in general our communication was pretty well with the whole offense. I think we coming out with a 41-0 victory, you feel pretty good. You feel like you accomplished a lot, but really looking back at the film, there's a ton we can work on this week. And like we noticed already watching the game film, I mean, there's some easy things we can fix. So that's great to come in Monday, watch that, get it corrected early on, and keep working forward this week.
What are some of those things you noticed that you guys can work on?
Like he was talking about with communication, kind of being in the right place at the right time. Not necessarily scheme-wise, I think we did a good job. I mean, we had a couple missed assignments here and there, but for the most part, just when, for example, with me, when I'm on a block, stay on that block. Give the A-back time to get around me or B-back, whatnot. So little things like that we can easily fix just with simple communication and film work.
So Quan had mentioned that he lost his confidence in the first half. Is that something that you can pick up with his demeanor, or is it something that you have no idea that's going on?
I mean, it's hard to tell. Quan I'll give it to him. He's a great athlete, and he's a great leader, and he's done a lot for us this offseason. And he, like he said, he didn't start off the best, but, that's when a true leader and a true player come out. Second half, he was on fire. I mean, he was on his keys. He was hitting every note he needed to. And that's just what leaders do. That's what the best player on the teams do, and that's what we expect out of Taquan. And he knows, and he took responsibility, and he moved forward, and you saw the outcome. So I'm excited to see him next week.
When South Florida looks at the film of the first half, do you expect them to maybe come up and challenge the run and challenge you guys to beat them with the pass?
You never know. I mean, scheme week to week is always going to be different. We've never played USF, at least I haven't, so you never know what to expect in this situation. Whatever they throw at us, though, that's the beauty of it. We'll be ready to counter it however we can. So, it's going to be a slow week because I'm so excited to get out in South Florida, Tampa on Saturday. So it's going to be a good week for us, and in scheming and getting our minds right is going to be really important.
You guys done more stuff in the preseason, maybe even like this spring with short, like intermediate, short range stuff than maybe you had previous season.
I don't think so. I think we've done pretty much every season about the same thing in the off season. Just at this point, the maturity in each position, I think that's the biggest difference between previous seasons. We have so much maturity, offensive line, B-back, A-back, receiver, quarterback, everywhere on the field offensively. So that maturity level, being on the same page is just key. Like, you can only practice so much. So really being on the same page, having that, knowing your responsibility and being in the right place at the right time is going to be huge.
Everyone's been talking about it's going to be a big jump up from Alcorn to USF, but then when you look at their first game, they're going to be experiencing the same thing, so it's sort of a draw there. I mean, what are you expecting?
I think what we went into the Alcorn game as is focusing on us. We're not worried about how USF is going to prepare and what they're going to scheme and whatnot. We're going to focus on us. We're going to get ourselves right. And like Coach Johnson said, the best teams improve the most from week 1 to week 2. So this is going to really show how good of a team we're going to be this year, and hopefully we set that bar high this game.
I apologize for my ignorance. Had you held before? Like been a holder before?
No, I've practiced it in the years past, but it's never been serious in this off season. When we were working, I just kind of did it a couple times, and it just feels natural. It's something you can't think about. You just got to get the job done, and we have some great kickers that can get the job done. So, I'm going to help the team out however I can, and if the coaches think I need to be holding, then I will. So.
How do you feel like you did?
I feel like I did decent. It was first game holding, so I had a few bumps and bruises here and there, but I think for the most part we were on the same page, and I think we're going to continue to improve.
Did Brenton pick you, or how does that work exactly?
Yeah, I mean, Brenton, they all work with a bunch of different guys, and they kind of like hone in on one or another. So me and BK had a good relationship in the off season, and just kind of getting real close and really being on the same page and being comfortable with each other. When I mess up, to him being like, hey, do this differently and whatnot. So that's really what it matters.
Having you as a holder, could that lead to something down the road?
I don't know. That's a great question. We're always ready for anything. So we're gonna make the kicks when we need to, and we're gonna get the job done. So I'd say.
How do you feel your team do conditioning wise, just holding up in the game?
I think we did good. I think you being in football shape is different than conditioning in the off season. So really, camp was huge for us, getting in that football shape in the heat. So I think we're more than ready for this Saturday. I think we just got to do a good job hydrating this week and really staying focused in the film room, and because when we get out there, we just got to play.
How did the number of efforts compare to typical game?
I mean, they're going to grade hard first week, so I think we as the coaches as well as the players, like I said, we set the bar high this year. So I mean, if it's just a little bit of a loaf, we're gonna count it and call you out on it. So we, as the younger guys, see what our expectations are now in that first game. Hopefully, it just skyrockets from here. Like, hey, this is what we expect. You better be doing it. So I think we're all on the same page now. So having a game under our belt.
Coach Johnson hired a defensive and an offensive extra coach for game day preparation. Do you get involved with those people, and did you notice any difference?
Yeah, I think I think they do a great job. They work more with the coaches, not necessarily with the individual players, but I'm close with both of them, and they do a great job of kind of pulling you behind and say, hey, look, this might be something you want to look at. But for the most part, they sit back and let the coaches do their thing, and then they'll throw in pointers here and there. So they do a great job, and they've added a lot of success to our off season. So.
This is a really kind of off-the-wall question, but when you guys go heavy and you're lining up on the line, kind of in that tackle spot, like was that when you first were doing that? Did that kind of feel like kind of odd, or just kind of out of the ordinary for you for a guy that's been a receiver? Or?
Like my freshman year when it first.
Like you're kind of pretending to be a tackle.
Yeah, it's kind of unique. I mean, it's pretty obvious size difference when I'm on the line of scrimmage. But it was fun getting down in the trenches every once in a while. And I might not be the biggest, but I know what my job is, and I have to get it done, no matter how big or how small. So I think I think we've all the receivers are ready to be in that type of position, and you just gotta accept it and like it and be ready to get in there and get a little dirty.
We talked to Gervani a little bit about the redshirt freshman playing for the first time going on the road. What is your take on what the preparation should be like for those guys? As far as what to expect.
Yeah. So I think personally, it depends on the player. I think some guys come out of high school and they're pretty much ready. Physique-wise, athletically, physically, some guys are ready, and some guys are a little bit behind the eight ball in that sense, or vice versa. Some guys are ready physically, but mentally the game might be a little too fast, or they might not be picking up the plays like they need to. So I think it depends player to player, because I think my freshman year personally, I had the mental aspect of it. I was in the game. I knew concept-wise what I was doing and whatnot, but physically I could have been a little bit better my freshman year. So I think it depends player to player, but I think the coaches do a great job of really keying in on guys individually, seeing who's ready to play and who's not. So it'll be good to see the new rule, right, with 4 games and you can still redshirt. So that's huge. I mean, I would have loved to see that in the past year. So I'm really happy for our freshmen coming in to be able to have that opportunity to get in a game and see, even if they are redshirted. So.
Yeah, we've all had to start Excel files now to keep
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a crazy little experience.
All right. Thanks, Fred.
Thank y'all. Sorry for the wait too.
Questions for Taquan?
What was your evaluation of your performance after you watched on tape?
I could do a lot better. Didn't really play to my standard. A lot of things to work on, a lot of things that I saw during film that I need to work on. So wasn't really the best I could play, but it'll be better this week for sure.
Did they try to take away any of the phase of the offense, or did they play pretty straight most of the game?
Played pretty straight. I mean, we made some mistakes. We weren't on the same page a lot of the time, so I think they kind of threw things off. But other than that, I mean, they played pretty straight.
When you say that you're losing your confidence, you mentioned that you were losing your confidence in the first half. What do you specifically mean? Like, do you lose your, I guess, confidence of completing a pass, or like what is it specifically that you're losing confidence in?
I guess you could say just the confidence in completing the pass. I mean, there were several of them where I just missed guys wide open, where the ball was just high or something like that, where, I mean, it's frustrating when I know I can make the pass and complete the ball, but it's not going that way, so I just get really frustrated. But, yeah, it was just that. I mean, but in the second half, kind of got things rolling. So,
as the level of competition increases, how do you develop more confidence?
I mean, you're going to be able to play. As soon as the intensity level goes up, I mean, everything just comes with it. Like, you're going to play a lot harder, you're going to play a lot better, you're going to play a lot faster. And no matter how beat up you are, that's just how it's going to be every single week. And, I mean, from here on out, it's only up. So.
How were your reads for the option?
Missed 2 reads. One of them I remember was an easy up stunt. And it was a pretty hard one, but I missed it.
Is that the one where you got tackled for loss?
Mm-hmm.
Was that a give to George?
It was supposed to be a give, but yeah. I mean, I only missed 2 reads, but I don't think we ran the option that much. We ran it a couple times, but.
When you're throwing the ball high, are you overstriding, or is there a typical flaw that's happening there? Or?
I mean, I have no idea. I mean, Lucas was telling me I was leaving everything back, but I guess that's what it was. I'm not really sure. I'm not really concerned about it right now.
Do you feel like throwing those short passes, if you get to do that maybe early in a game, that'll make a difference for you in terms of getting some confidence going? Because it seemed like you were much more comfortable on the quick throws where you didn't have time to think and kind of just got it out of your hand fast.
I think it makes a difference. I mean, once you get those quick ones in, then you're like, okay, I got the confidence to put the ball downfield. So, I mean, but I have to be ready regardless, whether it's a long throw, short throw, doesn't really matter. Just got to be ready to deliver the ball.
Chris, you would have thrown it to Quay, who's dragging, you kind of stepped up. Is that, you think, a play you would have made last year, or do you think that's a play maybe you just run it, tuck and run?
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I mean, possibly a play I would have made last year, but I can't really tell you. I feel like I'm a pretty different player than I was last year, so I could definitely say 75% chance that I would have ran last year for sure.
What do you see from USF so far?
Well, I haven't got a chance to watch them too much. Just watched the film. Been watching that a lot just to see what I could work on this upcoming week. But I'll watch them tonight and then go from there. But I know they're a physical team. I know from watching them last year, they're a pretty good team. I know they're ranked, so I won't take them lightly.
You guys got off to fast starts on the road last year. Yeah, how important, I guess, is that? And then trying to finish the games, too.
That's going to be huge. Playing on the road, first big road game. I think that's one of the things that we're going to harp on this week, especially me, is starting fast, because that's one of the things we need to do. I know we scored on the first possession this past Saturday, which is huge. It's always huge to be able to score on the first possession or get some type of point. So I think that's one of the things that we're going to really harp on going into this week.
How did you feel just conditioning-wise on the Heat?
It's not bad. I mean, you mean on Saturday?
Yeah, sorry, Saturday.
Oh, Saturday? Yeah, it was a different level. It was something different than what we've been practicing in camp. Now, don't get me wrong, we've been outside all camp and it's been hot, so you've been able to get through it. But it was definitely hot. I think the humidity was up a lot more, but kind of used to it, so was able to get through it.
I know the coach was saying, he wasn't entirely happy with the offense play. Do you think just like the conditioning, the heat, all that was a factor?
No, not at all. It was just mental mistakes. Just some of the things that we weren't on the same page, things like that. So when those things happen, then we have a lot of MAs. Things aren't going the way we want them to go. And it's just because we're not on the same page, so it's all the small things that lead to the big things.
Is the miscommunication just due to the fact that it's the first game, or there are other issues?
I don't really know. I mean, I just think it starts with me, honestly. I mean, there's a lot of things that I can work on and a lot of things that I have control over that I probably should have changed in the game Saturday that I didn't do, which makes us not on the same page. So I'll take the blame for it because it starts with me, and I can see everything a lot better than those guys up front. But I promise it'll be fixed this week. Don't worry.
What are some of those things that you can fix?
Just making the calls, making sure the guys know that, hey, I see it this way, and that's how we're going to do it, so that we're all on the same page, so they know which way to block and which way to go and things like that.
What happened with your Monday 6 p.m. class?
I don't have it anymore. It got dropped.
Did you pick up something else? Or
Yeah, I picked up another class.
Was that like a requirement, or how did that?
I think it is a class that I may have to take, but since I'm not graduating in December, I'll just take it next semester.
What does that do just for you being able to practice more? Is that a big deal,
I mean, Monday practices are like they are today. We would have been out early, but Coach Johnson said he didn't want me in the class, so I'm not in the class anymore.
Did you see any improvement in the blocking of the B-backs on pass plays?
Oh yeah, they were getting a lot of guys down. I just know I just remember a couple times specifically when we were rolling out, and I just saw Cravante and JP and all those guys just cutting the guys in front of them. It was, I mean, just getting those guys on the ground it's a huge deal.
When you get in those moments of losing confidence, is there anything that your teammates or Coach Johnson can say to, I guess, help you improve in that situation?
I mean, I'm sure there is, but when I get in that kind of that phase and that mood, I kind of try to, get on myself because I'm really hard on myself sometimes, and so I just try to get back in the groove real quick because I know the guys are looking up to me. So I just try to do what I can to get back right.
A year ago, Labor Day, you're obviously a big night in your life. What's the most vivid memory you have from that game?
Just being able to play in Mercedes-Benz, it's pretty cool. Just having the skyline in the background on the one end with all the glass, just a primetime game like the game's going to be tonight, where everyone in the country's watching. I mean, so it was a pretty fun game. Just being able to get out there with the guys. We have been working so hard during camp, beating up on each other, so it was fun just to get out there against another team.
Thanks, Squad. I'll take that. Any questions for Cavante?
First quarter, watching the game, did you notice anything that caught your eye that helped you going into the game in the second quarter?
Not nothing that we wasn't prepared of. They ran kind of the defense we was looking at, really a 6-1, but nothing really too new that I seen. I see a lot of things we could do better on the field as far as the quarterback position, running back position, but overall, it was normal.
What are some of those things that you noticed that you guys can improve on?
Just being consistent, running the basis of plays like 12, 13, 22, things that we've been running all summer, all camp, all things like that. We just got to being able to execute when it's called. So that's technically anything that was shown out there.
Was it a little bit of an ego bruise not getting it started and having to watch the first quarter?
Not really. I mean, I'm proud of Jordan's performance. I believe he got in there, did pretty good actually for his first start. I mean, for a big run, starting out with a 8-yard carry, then coming back with another 9-yard carry, then a few plays later breaking. Like I said, he did a pretty good job. Having a freshman come in and actually do work. And like I said before, I believe all the B-backs can start. I don't believe there's a starting position. I believe we can all play. So.
What have you learned about whatever it is that you did that you can't do anymore?
Just being accountable, and just being a leader on the team. You can't have mental mistakes. You can't on and off the field. So I learned a lot from it. I believe it's not gonna happen again. So.
What is it like watching the first quarter from the sideline, knowing that you're not injured, you can't play? So what is that like for you?
I mean, it's a learning experience. You get to see what other people see. It's kind of where you get a fan's eye view to seeing, okay, this is how the defense is going to work, this is how it's going to run, rather than just getting there having to play as if you already know what they're doing. So it was interesting. It's definitely an improvement to me. It definitely takes my position a little bit more serious, on the team. So, like I said, I'm pretty sure this won't happen again. So, even still, I'm still proud of my B-backs for what they did.
Do you feel like you got enough work to be ready?
Pretty much sure. I mean, when I got in, I think I was productive. coming out the game with 2 touchdowns, I'm definitely proud of that. You know, I think it could have been much more, you know, just having if I did start. But however, you know, the opportunity I got, I just took the best out of it. So other than that, you know, I think my game was pretty good. I think I got a lot to look forward to, you know, this season.
Was it an advantage to get in the game with fresh legs after that the defense has been out there for a full quarter in that heat?
Most definitely. I mean, it's always an advantage when you got fresh legs over somebody who doesn't, you know. In my personal opinion, I believe it would have been the same even coming in from the beginning. So, but like I said, just having an advantage on defense is always a benefit, you know, no matter who it is.
I think Parker was named Offensive Player of the Game. Can you describe what you saw from your vantage point, just how he was playing?
Oh, I mean, you already know what comes with Parker Braun. You know, he's an amazing athlete on the line. He's probably the top offensive lineman that I ever seen that played the game. You know, that's, you know, my personal opinion. You know, he runs every play with 100% precision. I never see him get mad as often, except he on the field. He always smile. He always want to go harder. He even said he could take my position at B-back. So, you know, that's kind of – I like the tenacity he brings to the game, you know, and he lifts up all the offensive linemen, even the younger guys. You know, he kind of just says, you know, next play, and he plays every play like it's last. So I think he deserves it.
What kind of feedback?
It'll definitely be a power feedback. You know, he kind of harped on, you know, the switch positions, you know, you block for me, and then where I run, I'm like, hey, you on your own after that.
What specific steps are you taking to make sure that you don't get suspended?
Like I said, being on time for everything, make sure I'm in the right place. Like I said, right place, right time, you know, being on, like, early, you know, that's kind of where I'm at with it. And just go for mental mistakes. You can't do anything outside of football that can harm you on the field. And now that he's more strict on the rules, like anything as far as fighting, getting in trouble, getting arrested, things like that, this off the field conduct is not going to be tolerated. And I understand all the rules, so, you know, I'm just taking it step by step. You know, it's an easy thing. Like I said, I've been here before. It's not my first rodeo, so I know what the rules and what to expect.
Being one of those leaders in the offense, do you talk to the other offensive players, like apologize, or what is that?
Like I said, I mean, I do. At the same time, I want to keep a positive head because I don't want to seem like it's all about me because I'm not starting, you know, it kind of downfall, you know. I like to hype everybody up, even when I wasn't playing, you know, even when I took the second reps in practice, you know. I was still hyped. I was still happy, you know. I'm still happy for my B-backs are good, you know. I believe they can get in and make a play. So I'm not mad that I got South first quarter. You know, it's a lesson learned experience, and, you know, I'm still proud that, okay, I still get to play. And I'm still going to be productive, but I still get an opportunity to let my other B-backs be productive, you know. Sharing the limelight is, like, one of my things, you know. I don't believe one person can shine when we all can produce.
Can you talk a little bit about you get to play on national TV against a team that was ranked pretty high at times last year and has a lot of talent? Can you just talk about kind of what your expectations are for this weekend?
They're pretty good. I mean, just watching them, they made the championship game on their conference, you know. And I think they're a pretty good team. I believe, you know, we have a lot of techniques, a lot of plans to go into the game to come out with a win. However, you know, we just can't go in the game thinking we're going to win. And, you know, we can't sleep on any team this year, you know, because, like I said, a lot of teams know what we're coming with. A lot of teams know the schemes that we're coming with. So they're preparing just as we're preparing. So other than that, you know, I believe it's going to be a great game. I believe we got a lot of things, a lot of different weapons that we can use this game. So I think we're going to show them on Saturday.
A lot of freshmen and redshirt freshmen playing. What was your first road game like, and was it any different than playing at home for you?
Most definitely. I mean, it is, you know, in a sense, it does, like, make you wonder, like, what I can do, you know, when you're not in front of your home crowd. It kind of gives you a sense of urgency, you know, having the crowd against you. And, you know, you're going to hear a lot of things. People going to say a lot of things. The other crowd, the other sidelines are going to say a lot of things. You just got to play through it, you know. You got to just, like I said, be more about us rather than them. And, you know, we harp on that last game. We harped on that this week. So it's going to be more about us and what we can bring to the table, you know, starting strong as your attack and finishing strong as your attack, you know, something that we didn't do last year, but I think this year we had a whole different mindset.
From what you were, the being held out, was that related to being tardy for something?
It was something related to camp, you know, let's say regular, you know, conduct, things like that. You know, it was kind of something where he decided, because it was a new rule happened to be after that. So, you know, he got tired of people not being on time, just doing things outside of football, you know. So, like I said, it's not going to be accepted, and we kind of harped on that. So it's kind of where you got to follow the rules or you just going to pay the price.
What were your thoughts on how Jordan performed?
Like I said, I'm proud of I'm proud of him. I mean, I believe he came in. He does have a lot of work to do. As a B back. Just being a full executed player. However, this is for his first time starting, first time being in the game, first snap really of his whole career at B back. So I'm proud of him. That's kind of where I'm at with it. And I'm proud of Jerry. When he got in, he did everything. Kind of came in sequence. It's kind of weird. Like I said, we could all play the game, and I think we're all good with the ball in our hands. So even without it, so.
Anything else for Cavante?
All right, appreciate y'all.
How would you evaluate your first game back?
First off, it felt great to be back out there. I hadn't played in 21 months. Last time I actually got to play was a Tax Slayer Bowl, so it had been a long time for me. It felt great to run back out there for the first time and be out there with my brothers. Definitely think I could have played better. You always think you can play better. You can always improve and get better each week. So I did some good things, did some things that I need to work on. So just keep pushing and keep getting better each week and each day.
Was it nice to not have to play the full game?
It was, for sure. That's always something you want to do. If you can get up early and get some other guys in there, that's always a great thing to do. And, get your work done and watch some other guys play and have fun out there and score points themselves. So that's great.
Did you give any advice? I mean, there were a couple guys, like Jack and Zach, that were playing their first snaps. Did you say anything to them as they went into the game to give them any advice?
Not too much, just try to tell them to stay calm and just hear the play call and go play. But, they've been practicing hard. They've played. They know what they're doing. And, yeah, it was Zach Quinney's first time, but I think he played great out there and he handled it well and went out there and played hard and did some good things.
As a line, you guys were out there well into the third quarter. I'm curious, was Coach Sealer or Coach Johnson, were they kind of hoping to see something out of you guys before they felt good to take you out, or was it just kind of the work they wanted to do, or what was the?
I'm not really sure what their mentality was there. We were just out there playing, and we kept playing until they told us somebody else was going to go in, and that's just how it was. I wasn't really paying attention to what time or what it was, and we were trying to score points every time we were out there. And then came off one time, they said somebody else is in, so that was kind of how it went.
Getting to the perimeter was somewhat of an issue last year. It seemed like the line did a better job of getting the runners out on the perimeter. What did you see, and what were they doing to try to stop that?
Yeah, so it just kind of depends on how each team plays you and the things they were giving us. Coach Johnson felt like we'd get out there, so we got it out there some, and sometimes we ran it up through the middle, and just whatever they call as an offensive line, we try to go execute it and let the ball carriers and the quarterbacks make those decisions. And once they get in space, they're pretty explosive and can do some good things. So I know a lot of guys had some big runs and get big plays on the perimeter. Nate had that one. Quay had one down each sideline. So got some people out there doing some good things.
Are you curious if you feel like you could play a full game, or, because you haven't been in a full game yet, and I imagine I know Coach said he held you back some in fall camp to play 78 snaps or whatever. Do you feel like that's?
Yeah, sir. I think I could for sure. The good thing with games is totally different. Is you got quarters that stop you. You got TV timeouts. Each team's got 3 timeouts. And the way we practice and play, we don't take any breaks here in practice. So it gets you really prepared for that. And I think when it comes game day, I feel like our conditioning's good enough that we don't really get too tired out there, and it's just go out there and play and have fun. So normally it's not really an issue with us. You get all those breaks at different times. And, the defense goes out there, and when we scrimmage, we don't have that. So we're both out there at the same time. So, you don't really get those breaks during camp and everything. So I think games are a little bit easier from a conditioning standpoint.
Of course, the history of this offense is big plays, and there's even in the first game, some series when there was less than 5 plays in a series. So if you're playing 3 series in a quarter, and one of those is maybe only 3 plays, it's really not as bad
sir.
as it seems.
Exactly, yeah, sir. I know when we came out of half, it was 3 plays. The second half was a 3-play drive. I'm pretty sure it was 3 or 4. So that happens sometimes. That's always good. Whatever it takes to get in the end zone, whether it's 3 plays or 20, you do what you got to do, but you try to get in the end zone. And coming out of half, that's what we did. So it helps sometimes if you get those short drives.
I'm curious, not having played in so long, and obviously you had plenty of practices in August, but is there another adjustment in terms of speed or whatever else it is to feel 100% comfortable the way you did, in the 16th season?
I think so. I just think that it just takes some time to get back out there. For me personally, you get just different playing a game than it is practice, and getting back out there and getting in that mentality where they change a lot more than your defense. You get used to, your same guy. I'm playing Henry or Desmond every day, and these guys are totally different, totally new, and they're switching people in. They're doing different things. So I think it's different than practice for sure, but something you adjust to, and I think we can keep getting better at that and doing that better.
Did you feel kind of not entirely comfortable? Just in terms of kind of getting back to that
I think every game, your kind of first drive, you're a little bit nervous. But once you take those first couple plays, you settle in, and it wasn't. After that, it was kind of pretty normal again. You know, you hear your play call, you're running the same plays, and it's the same game. You know, they got 11 people out there, same field. So just try to remember all those things, stay calm, and just go execute.
What was it like playing alongside a offensive guard who got his first start? I mean, was that any different than playing, let's say, besides Shamir or somebody like that?
Yeah, sir. It was. I mean, Brad did a great job. It was his first start. I know he was really excited. He went out there and played hard, and we tried to communicate. And there was some things we have to do better on that, and know what we're both doing and on the same page. But it was good to have him out there, and I know he was really excited for that. And he played hard and did all he could do. And we're all going to keep working and getting better. So it was good to have him out there, and I was glad to play next to him.
Did it finally make it you feel like you're back 100% playing a game and not having to go out of the game and be able to go in the locker room and all that stuff after a game, and just to have the full game experience without having to sit with the trainer or whatever?
Yeah, sir. That was definitely a big thing. You know, I was on the bus ride over here. That was kind of what I was thinking about, all the hard work we had gone through with everybody that helped me, you know, all my teammates, coaches, Mark, and all the medical staff. I mean, so many people, my family, friends, that had kind of poured into me coming back. And, you know, it was a lot of work, a lot of rehab, a lot of work with the strength staff and things that I had to miss out on, but also had extra things I had to do with all that rehab that other guys didn't have to do. So that was what I was thinking about. It sure felt great to be back out there and play and not have to worry about it, not have to think about it, just go play football and not worry about my foot or anything like that, or worry about checking in with Mark or anything. It was just go play like everybody else. So that was definitely great, and it felt good to get that first win and celebrating the end zone for the first time in 21 months was a lot of fun.
Was it like the first snap kind of butterflies or heart pounding, or remember?
For sure. I think that's kind of every game, but it was definitely excitement. You know, running out on the field, I think for the first time was a big thing. It was just, you know, looking around again and getting back in the huddle, and it was like I'm finally back and finally doing this again. So it was good, and first play was good. Started off pretty good for me, so I knocked the guy down, so it was a good start. Good start this season. So
how amped do you sense Kenny is to get back on?
I think Kenny's the same way. You know, you don't want to miss out on anything. And I know last year I tried to come back after a couple games, and just knowing that when you're thinking you're going to get to come back, that's exciting when you finally get that. And I know he's getting close, so that's going to be good. And I know he wants to play just like everybody else, and he wants to get out there and help us and do all he can do to help the team win. And we're all excited to get him back whenever that is. So he's going to keep pushing. He's going to be ready to go.
Are you ditching the reps at center right now?
Yes, sir. I take some there and some at tackle. So whatever they need me to do, I'll go do it and do it the best I can do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew.